My name is Dr. Austin Tay, and you are listening to Site Chat. Welcome to Site Chat, the podcast where we provide tips and tricks for navigating the complexities of the world of work. I'm your host, Dr. Austin Tay, an organizational psychologist passionate about uncovering the science behind what makes us thrive in the workplace. Today, we're diving into a fascinating field transforming how we think about work and organizational success. Have you ever wondered why some workplaces seem to buzz with energy and innovation, while others feel, so crushing? The answer might lie in an approach called positive organizational psychology, or POP. Imagine this: you walk into an office where people are energized, supportive, and genuinely happy. Projects flow smoothly, creativity abounds, and even challenges are met with resilience and optimism. This isn't a fantasy. It's what happens when organizations embrace the principles of positive psychology in the workplace. But here's the kicker: after 2 decades of research and practice, we are now witnessing what experts call positive organizational psychology 2.0, a revolutionary approach that combines cutting edge technology with human centered design to create thriving workplaces. In the next half hour, we'll explore how this evolution reshapes our understanding of work, well being, and organizational success. We will examine why the traditional fix what's broken approach falls short, examine the evidence behind positive organizational psychology, and discover how the latest technological innovations are opening up exciting new possibilities. Whether you are a manager looking to boost team performance, an employee seeking greater fulfillment, or just curious about the science of thriving at work, this episode is for you. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is positive organizational psychology? In essence, is the application of positive psychology principles to the workplace. Rather than focusing primarily on fixing problems or addressing weaknesses, POP emphasizes building on strengths, fostering positive states, and creating conditions where people and organizations can flourish. This approach emerged around the early 2000s, coinciding with the rise of positive psychology championed by researchers like Martin Seligman and Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. In a workplace context, two main streams developed nearly simultaneously: positive organizational scholarship, led by researchers like Kim Cameron and Jane Dutton, and positive organizational behavior developed by Fred Lutens. Positive organizational scholarship, or POS, focuses on the dynamics leading to exceptional individual and organizational performance, such as developing human strength, producing resilience and restoration, and fostering vitality. It's primarily concerned with studying that which is positive, flourishing, and life giving in organizations. Meanwhile, positive organizational behavior, or POB, concentrates on positively oriented human resource strengths and psychological capacities that can be measured, developed, and managed for performance improvement. This approach emphasizes individual strengths and positive capacities and their impact on individual and organizational level outcomes. What's fascinating is how quickly these ideas gained traction. According to research by Martin Del Rio and colleagues in 2021, over the past 116 years, more than 7,181 papers focusing on positive organizational psychological factors have been published, accumulating over 174,000 citations. But the real explosion of interest happened after 2008, when researchers began taking a more proactive approach to studying positive phenomena in organizational contexts. Think about your own workplace for a moment. Is the focus primarily on fixing problems and addressing weaknesses? Or is there a concerted effort to identify and build on strengths? How might shifting from a deficit-based to a strengths-based approach change your experience at work? Let's explore some of the key concepts that make up positive organizational psychology. At its core, POP focuses on several key psychological resources that help employees and organizations thrive. One central concept is psychological capital, or PsyCap, which consists of four main components. First, self-efficacy. A person's belief in their ability to succeed at specific tasks. When employees believe they can accomplish challenging goals, they are more likely to persevere in the face of obstacles. Second, optimism. Not just a sunny disposition, but a positive expectancy about future outcomes. Optimistic employees believe good things will happen and approach challenges with confidence. Third, hope, which involves both the will to succeed and the ability to identify pathways to reach goals. Hopeful employees don't just want to succeed, they actively generate alternative routes when they encounter obstacles. And fourth, resilience, the capacity to bounce back from adversity, conflict, or failure. Resilient employees view setbacks as temporary and opportunities for growth. Research consistently shows that these psychological resources are associated with higher job satisfaction, better performance, increased well-being, and reduced stress and burnout. A meta-analysis by AV and colleagues in 2011 found that PsyCap has significant relationships with desirable employee attitudes, behaviors, and performance measures. Another important element in positive organizational psychology is empowerment, both structural and psychological. Structural empowerment involves adjusting workplace structures to give employees access to opportunity, information, support, and resources. Psychological empowerment, meanwhile, reflects employees' perceptions of impact, meaning, competence, and self-determination in their work. A study by Jafari and colleagues in 2021 found that structural and psychological empowerment together predict 29% of positive organizational behavior among nurses. This suggests that when organizations provide access to empowering structures and foster feelings of competence and meaning, they create conditions for positive workplace behaviors to flourish. Consider your own psychological capital. Which elements, self-efficacy, optimism, hope, or resilience, are your strongest? Which might benefit from development? How might strengthening these resources impact your work experience and effectiveness? Now that we understand the key components, let's look at what the research tells us about the effects of positive organizational psychology in the workplace. Studies show that organizations with high levels of positive organizational behavior experience numerous benefits. For instance, research by Fredrickson and Losada in 2005 found that business teams with more positive communication and expressions of support clearly outperform teams with negative or mixed verbal interactions. The successful teams exhibited more positive affect and a wider range of ideas and initiatives, while poorly performing teams were tightly bounded, uncreative, and generally negative in outlook. Other research has examined how the combination of challenging job demands and motivating job resources influences both negative and positive aspects of well-being. The job demands resources model, developed by Barker and colleagues, suggests that while job demands require effort and can lead to exhaustion, job resources foster personal growth and motivation. Several studies have found that job resources like autonomy, performance feedback, and social support can buffer the negative effects of high job demands on burnout. For example, a study among Dutch college teachers found that high demands of the job didn't result in burnout when employees had adequate resources. These resources helped employees cope with demands in different ways. Autonomy provided discretion in responding to demands. Social support offered emotional and instrumental help. And feedback provided information necessary to maintain performance. Furthermore, research indicates that job resources are particularly important when job demands are high. Study among Finnish dentists and teachers found that resources like skill variety and peer contacts were most beneficial for maintaining work engagement under challenging conditions. This suggests that positive resources don't just counteract negative factors, they become even more powerful in difficult circumstances. While the evidence for positive organizational psychology is compelling, the field now stands at a pivotal moment. After 2 decades of research and practice, we are witnessing the emergence of what some researchers call positive organizational psychology 2.0 or POP 2.0. What's driving this evolution? Several factors are at play. First, the nature of work itself is changing dramatically. The decentralization of work through remote arrangements and the gig economy has fundamentally altered how employees view and engage with work. Traditional organizational structures are giving way to more fluid, distributed systems. Second, technological advancements are transforming how we measure, understand, and promote positive organizational factors. Data-driven approaches, artificial intelligence, and machine learning offer new possibilities for assessing and developing positive states and behaviors in real time. Third, the boundaries between physical and digital workspaces are blurring, creating new challenges and opportunities for fostering positive organizational dynamics in virtual and hybrid environments. According to researchers like Van Zyl and colleagues in 2024, POP 2.0 can be defined as an evidence-based, data-driven field of scientific inquiry that embraces technological developments, design principles, and innovations to understand and improve the positive individual, organizational, and societal characteristics required for optimal psychological functioning, well-being, and performance. This new approach emphasizes several key characteristics. Number one, a holistic view of positive organizing that considers the interplay between individuals, teams, leaders, organizational structures, and broader societal influences. Number two, sophisticated data-driven models and methodologies that leverage advanced analytics to understand complex organizational dynamics. Number three, the rapid adoption of human-centered technological innovations to create positive experiences in both physical and virtual digital environments. Number four, the development of artificial human companions like AI-based assistants and coaching tools to support collaboration and well-being. Number five, cross-cultural and indigenous perspectives that recognize and celebrate diversity in understanding positive organizational phenomena. How might these technological innovations transform your workplace? Can you imagine ways that data-driven approaches and AI might enhance rather than diminish the human experience at work? What opportunities and challenges do you see in this evolution? While the evolution toward POP 2.0 offers exciting possibilities, it also presents significant challenges. One major challenge is ensuring that technological innovations serve human flourishing rather than undermining it. There's a risk that data-driven approaches might reduce complex human experiences to measurable metrics, neglecting the subjective and relational aspects that are central to well-being. Another challenge involves privacy and ethical concerns as organizations adopt more sophisticated monitoring tools. Real-time tracking of positive states raises important questions about consent, confidentiality, and the potential for biased decision-making. The automation of human processes presents additional challenges. As AI systems take over functions previously performed by humans, organizations need to consider how these changes affect employee well-being and team dynamics. Despite these challenges, POP 2.0 offers tremendous opportunities for enhancing workplace experiences. Advanced data analytics can provide more nuanced insights into the factors that promote flourishing. Virtual and augmented reality can create immersive learning environments for developing positive capacities. AI-powered coaching tools can provide personalized support for developing strengths and resilience. Moreover, the integration of positive psychology principles with technological innovation offers promising applications for addressing broader societal challenges, from climate change to social inequality. By focusing on creating positive virtual, digital, and meta environments, POP 2.0 can extend its impact beyond traditional workplace boundaries. So, what does all this mean for you and your organization? How can you apply these insights to create more positive and thriving workplaces? First, consider adopting a strengths-based approach to development. Rather than focusing primarily on fixing weaknesses, identify and leverage individual and team strengths. Tools like the VIA Character Strengths Assessment or Gallup-Clifton Strengths can help identify unique strengths profiles. Second, invest in developing psychological capital. Research shows that PsycCap can be developed through targeted interventions. These might include setting challenging but achievable goals to build hope, practicing optimistic explanatory styles, creating mastery experiences to enhance self-efficacy, and developing coping strategies to build resilience. Third, create conditions for empowerment. Provide employees with access to information, resources, support, and opportunities for growth. Foster a sense of meaning, competence, self-determination, and impact in their work. Fourth, leverage technology mindfully. Use data-driven approaches to gain insights while respecting privacy and emphasizing human connection. Consider how virtual environments might complement rather than replace face-to-face interactions. Fifth, embrace a multi-level perspective. Recognize that positive organizing happens at individual, team, organizational, and societal levels. Create alignment across these levels to maximize positive impact. Finally, adopt an experimental mindset. The field of positive organizational psychology is evolving rapidly. Be willing to try new approaches, measure their impact, and adjust based on what you learn. Think about one specific aspect of positive organizational psychology you could apply in your workplace starting tomorrow. What small concrete step could you take to create more positive experiences for yourself and others? As we wrap up our exploration of positive organizational psychology 2.0, I want to emphasize that creating thriving workplaces isn't just about implementing the latest technology or adopting trendy management practices. It's about fundamentally rethinking how we organize work to enhance human flourishing. The evolution of positive organizational psychology offers an exciting vision for the future of work, one where technological innovation and human well-being reinforce rather than compete with each other. By embracing both the science of positive psychology and the possibilities of new technologies, we can create workplaces that bring out the best in people and organizations. I encourage you to take at least one insight from this episode and apply it in your work context. Perhaps it's focusing more on strengths, developing psychological capital, creating conditions for empowerment, or exploring how technology might enhance positive experiences. Whatever you choose, remember that small, consistent actions can create significant change over time. And here's my call to action. Share your experiences applying positive organizational psychology principles in your workplace. What has worked? What challenges have you encountered? Connect with us on social media using hashtag SiteChat, either in Blue Sky or X, or email us at sitechat@omnisci.com. Your insights might inspire others and contribute to our collective understanding of how to create more positive, thriving workplaces. I'm Dr. Austin Tay, and this has been Site Chat. Thanks for listening.